Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm gonna start with a confession.
I've got another confession to make.
I am a bit of a geek. So when I say this, I mean I like to read, I like to write, and I have a guilty pleasure. So I'm gonna teach you this expression. A guilty pleasure is when you like something, usually a film, a singer, a book, a TV series, and other people don't have a very high opinion of it. For example, if I said to you, I like Justin Bieber, I like Justin Bieber's songs, you would say, Andrew, that's just not cool.
What do you mean?
So that would make it a guilty pleasure. And my guilty pleasure, apart from Justin Bieber,
Too late now to say sorry.
is the TV series Downton Abbey. So if you haven't seen Downton Abbey, let me explain. Downton Abbey is a TV series set in around the year 1900 and then it goes onwards. It's about a rich elite family called the Crawleys and their servant. And the reason that I like Downton Abbey is because it is so British. So living in Brazil, like guys, I'm surrounded by people with great teeth, great food, the weather's great. Sometimes I just need to remind myself of where I come from. So I watched Downton Abbey. It's a time in our history when we had servants and maids, and in like 100, 120 years, the UK is very different now to what it was then. So I can watch this TV show and it's quite interesting. I know it's fictional, I know it's not real, but it's just a reminder of how the country has changed a lot. And what happens is I turn off the TV and I will go to my students' classes to teach, and that's when I realised that the life of Downton Abbey with the servants and the maids, maybe it's more similar here than it is to life in the UK. Sometimes I go to my students' apartments and there's like one maid, two maids, the richest one I've seen had like 4 maids and a driver and a nanny. And I know it's cultural, but for a British person without this culture of maids anymore, it's fascinating. I've even heard that some people who have maids, their maids have maids of their own. So it's definitely a big cultural thing. And I understand, you know, if you've got a family and you work in Sao Paulo, having a maid or having a nanny or having a driver, it must be great. I mean, it's not even just great, it must be necessary. But I do teach some students who for example, I have some male students who said to me, Andrew, there's just one thing I'm not very good at, and that's ironing. So they don't know how to use one of these. And I will say, really? But they will say to me, oh no, Andrew, it's a skill that I just don't have. So I need my maid to do things like iron for me. And I'm like, really? Are you sure? I'm worried that I'm going to go back to the UK after having a maid and expect people to do things for me. Let me tell you, I was in my living room talking to my flatmates and I noticed there was a big dirty mark on the window. And I said to my flatmates, hey guys, remind me to tell the cleaner that we need this window cleaning next week. It was my biggest diva moment. There was nothing to stop me getting off my chair, getting off my big fat ass and cleaning it myself. But when you have somebody that you pay for this type of service, it's just something that I justified by saying, oh, you know, I'm sure that the maid will want to do it. For me, it feels very, very privileged, but I understand that it's not. But it did make me feel like this. Actually, no, it made me feel like a member of the elite Crawley family from Downton Abbey. So guys, what do you think? Do you guys have maids? What do you think of the whole maid culture? What's your guilty pleasure? If you like Justin Bieber, tell me in the comment section below.
Too late now to say sorry.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give the video a like and I will speak to you next week.